All right, so for today, you guys are going to be doing quite a bit of slides. You're starting on slide 11 today, which is another comprehension check. So you guys should know how to do these. You just answer the questions in complete sentences. Don't forget to do that. You are more than welcome to look back in the book to find these answers. In fact, I implore you to do that. So you're going to be answering questions 1 through 4 on the first slide. It's just a comprehension check, so just me testing you over what we've read so far. Okay, so that's the first slide. The next slide, same thing. So it's just a continuation on from the last slide. Next slide. It says, strategy summarize. Imagine if part 2 of Wonder was an entire book. Design a book cover that would give the reader an idea of what to expect. So we are going to pretend that part 2, Via's point of view, is the only side of the story we're going to get. That is the entire book right there. So you need to find a picture on Google that would capture part 2. Okay, so you're designing your own book cover for part 2. Write an explanation to describe what you put on the book cover. So don't just copy and paste a picture here. Make sure you also explain why you chose that picture. Just like a brief explanation why you chose that picture. And just a reminder on how to get a picture and put it on this book is you would open a new tab on your computer. Open a new tab, get on Google, and then search for a book cover. So I'm just gonna search Friends. And then if you write clip art, you'll probably get some kind of cartoon. So that's kind of what I'm going for. Friends clip art. Yay! Look at all these pictures. So I'm gonna right click, copy, go back. Oh, where are we at? And then in the book cover, right click, paste, and then drag. And maybe resize if your picture's too big. You can resize. You can make it smaller by dragging in. You can make it bigger by dragging the corners out. All right, so there's the cover of my book, and I'm going to click over here and write an explanation of why I chose this as my book cover. So be thinking of what you want to put there. Next. It says compare and contrast. So you're going to compare Augie's childhood from Via's point of view with Halloween from Via's point of view. So how was Via's point of view similar to Augie's? How was it different? I'm not really sure what it means. Augie's childhood and Halloween. Okay, never mind. We're not going to do slide 14. In fact, I'm going to delete it and it'll make it a different slide 14. Sorry, I just thought that one was way too confusing. So now this is your new slide 14, and you are going to be making connections. So remember how I told you there are all kinds of different connections you can make while reading? And that's a really good reading skill to have. So you should be constantly connecting. You should be constantly connecting the story to other things. So in this first box, it says connect to another story. What other story has characters like Augie and Via? So think of another story that you have read. Maybe it's a story we've read in class, or maybe it's one of your silent reading books you've read. What other story has characters that are similar to Augie and Via, and how are they similar? So you're connecting Wonder characters to another book you've read characters. And they don't have to be completely the same, just have some kind of similarities. Okay, now you're going to connect something about the world, connect something about the story to the world. So maybe You could go about this a couple ways. So something in the story is happening in the world. It could be like a holiday that we celebrate the same. It could be something similar happened to somebody else that you know. So maybe you have met someone like Augie before, or maybe, I guess that would go here. I'm sorry. I'm not doing very well of explaining this part. So something going on in the world would be like a holiday that is celebrated the same, or it could also be, you know, of someone else who has been in a similar situation as Augie. So that would go here. And then this one is whenever you're connecting the story to your own life. So this would be like if you have met someone like Augie before, or if you have an older sister that is very protective like Via. So you're connecting the story to your own life in this one. So I feel like this one's probably the most challenging, the world one. So again, it could be something that's going on in the world, or it could be something that happened to somebody else that you know. Okay? All right, we'll just keep it at that. So then you'll do that. And then prediction slide. So then you're going to make a couple more predictions. It says before reading part 3, which is what we're going to do next week. So part 3 is going to be Summer's point of view. Look at the chapter titles and make a prediction for each chapter. So just based on these chapter titles and Summer's point of view, what do you think these chapters are going to be about? So just like a sentence about what you think is going to happen in each of these chapter titles. All right, that should be it. Lots of slides today, but I know you guys can do it. Keep up the hard work. See ya.